Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. My name's Leo, if you're new here. So we're in some really exciting times. So we just heard from Fidelity that they're actually going to be launching their own stablecoin as well. And I'm not surprised. We're going to continue to see more and more stories about this of stablecoin adoption and these big institutions moving into crypto. So let's go ahead and dive into the article here. So Fidelity set to launch crypto stablecoin in digital asset push. And one thing I want to highlight here. So it says that this token will reportedly act as cash in the mainstream market, in the mainstream crypto market, and will be designed exclusively by the firm's digital asset team. Now, if you recall last week, we heard that they're going to be doing a digital U.S. market fund for U.S. Treasuries, and I believe that's launching on May 30th, and that's going to be competing with BlackRock's BUIDL fund. Now, what's interesting is that they don't really tell us like, hey, we're going to be launching on Ethereum here, but they did launch the U.S. Treasury fund on Ethereum. So if I had to take a bet, I would say that it's most likely they're going to be launching their stablecoin on top of the Ethereum chain. And that's not me just being biased. I think that's a logical assumption. You know, if you start building on one network, you know, you don't build this little piece here, build another little piece there, build another little piece over here. You build out, you pick one, you build out on it, and then if you want to expand other chains, then you do so. So I think the logical choice here is going to be built on Ethereum, and this is going to be huge. You know, they're a $6 trillion asset manager. So this is stablecoin adoption, and how I kind of see this playing out is I think we're likely going to see a wallet launch alongside with this stablecoin. Maybe not at the same time, but I do think that what's going to end up happening is Fidelity, because they're an asset manager. You know, like for example, I can go on my Fidelity account and I can trade, buy stocks, etc. And so I think that they're going to integrate a crypto wallet directly into their platform. This is pure speculation, but it makes sense because if we think about what BlackRock has said about how, you know, they're going to tokenize the world, like all these companies, they're all going to do the same thing. All these institutions dealing with assets, stocks, bonds, etc., they're all going to move towards tokenization, and a wallet is the natural choice. And what is the medium of exchange they're going to be using in these wallets? It's stablecoins. So the first step is create the stablecoin, build the wallet, integrate it into our trading platform, and then the next step is going to be, okay, now we can focus on tokenizing stocks, bonds, futures contracts, all of this stuff as quickly as possible, because now we have a wallet that can interact with these tokenized assets. So I'm really surprised, you know, how quickly they are moving. Something that has kind of come to my attention is that it's very likely they have been doing this stuff behind the scenes for a very long time. So they have these products built out already, or at the very least, from what we know on the stablecoin, is that it's in the late stages of development, and it's about to be launched. And so I think that they have everything ready to go behind the scenes, and it's just being rolled out right now. So I think that we're going to see hyper crypto adoption. I think that this industry is going to be adopted way quicker than anybody thinks possible. I don't think anybody, you know, if you asked me a month ago, is it going to happen this quick? Are we going to see Fidelity, you know, or all these companies popping up? I mean, heck, yesterday we just saw the first U.S. bank saying that they're going to convert dollar demand deposits, meaning people's checking accounts, into stablecoins. I mean, I would have never guessed that it would be happening this quick. I was thinking that we would be where we are now in like middle of summer, August, fall type of time frame. So, I mean, they are really pushing this crypto adoption thing. So this is going to be a really, really exciting bull run. So the other really exciting news is that Celio has converted from a layer 1 chain into an Ethereum layer 2. So we dive in here. This is kind of interesting. First launched on mainnet back in 2020 as a EVM compatible proof of stake layer 1 blockchain. The exciting part that I saw was, so their ecosystem has over 1,000 different projects in 150 different countries, with more than 11 million total active addresses. So we basically just expanded the entire Ethereum ecosystem by 11 million total active addresses, just like that. So it's really interesting. And the network effect from this, we're not going to feel immediately because we still have to implement interoperability on the layer 2 chains. But once interoperability comes along, it's going to just feel like Ethereum and all of the layer 2s are just one huge chain. Everything's going to work very seamlessly, and we're going to have a massive network effect as soon as the interoperability goes into place. And so we did have Pectra has finalized on Hoodie. So right now it looks like the Pectra upgrade for Ethereum is going to be going through April 25th. So this is just the next step towards interoperability on the chain, and this is just a huge upgrade to the network. I believe this is going to allow for it makes it easier for institutions to be able to stake, because it's going to go from you having to have individual 32 Ethereum nodes to, I believe it's 2048. You can have up to 2048. I believe the minimum is still 32, but you can go up to 2048 and compound those rewards now. So there's a big upgrade. There's a lot of other stuff going on here with efficiencies within the network. So moving on, I did want to make a correction here. So, yesterday it came out that Solana was going to be tokenizing, BlackRock would be tokenizing onto the BUIDL fund. And so there was some confusion here as to what's going on. And one of the the Securitize CEO, Carlos Domingo, ended up reaching out to me for clarity on this. So basically what the assumption was that BlackRock was natively issuing their BUIDL token on the Ethereum network, and then it would use the wormhole bridge to essentially wrap the BUIDL token and create a new one on like Solana or Aptos or whatever chain they were going to. And so Carlos had reached out saying that this is not true, that we issue natively on Solana. And so then I was a bit confused, because they have on their website here, it says BUIDL is now available on 7 blockchains, Aptos, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Ethereum, Optimism, Polygon, and Solana, with cross-chain interoperability enabled by Wormhole. So it was a little bit confusing. He did come out that saying that this isn't how it works. We do not bridge or issue wrapped assets. We use the Wormhole messaging system to instruct burn, redeem share class, and mint. Reissue on another share class at a different blockchain. So basically what he's saying is that they take the Ethereum token of BUIDL, they burn it, and then they use the Wormhole messaging to create a new token on top of Solana. And so then somebody had asked, basically like, why are you deploying on all these other chains? And so Carlos had said that the aim of deploying them is for the fund to be utilized on these chains. And so then it kind of clicked for me what he was saying. And so I had replied that, that makes sense. BlackRock wants the fund to be utilized on these chains ecosystems for DAOs, investors, and unlocking new use cases for the fund as collateral. And so then I go on to say that, if that's the case, then it would stand to reason that the largest ecosystems would end up with the most amount of the token, the BUIDL token, which would be Ethereum, of course. So to kind of summarize this, it's not as if BlackRock has chosen, we're not going to tokenize on Ethereum anymore. We're going to go over and tokenize all of our BUIDL fund on Solana. What's actually happening is that BlackRock wants to expand out the demand for their BUIDL token by having a little bit on the Solana ecosystem or the Aptos or Avalanche ecosystems. Now, because demand is driven by a very well-developed ecosystem, the largest one is going to it's going to drive the most demand. That's why we see Ethereum being the dominant one, where U.S. treasuries are being tokenized, where stablecoins are being developed. There's not really any demand, or there's not a ton of demand if 90% of your chain is based on meme coin trading, which unfortunately is the case with Solana. But that doesn't mean there isn't any demand, and BlackRock is looking to capitalize on that. Now, speaking of the BlackRock fund, we can come over here and take a look at the fund, and it is absolutely skyrocketing. So if you saw the video from yesterday, their total asset value was 1.7 billion, and overnight we've jumped to 1.9 billion, and you can see that the assets being tokenized on this chain is absolutely skyrocketing. And actually, it looks like Ethereum is the chain that gained the 200 billion, because I believe from yesterday's video, we were at 1.5 billion that was tokenized on Ethereum. So Ethereum overnight gained 200 billion worth of US treasuries being tokenized on the chain. So again, we are just seeing the real world assets being tokenized absolutely skyrocketing, and the fund is up 200% over the last 30 days. So again, we're just seeing massive institutional adoption of crypto. This is a very exciting time, guys. So I'll keep you all updated. Until next time, y'all take care.